Hi everybody. This is pretty important video. It's a lecture on American English pronunciation, stress, and the schwa. So let's go ahead and get started with the slideshow. Again, this is stress and the schwa. So what is a schwa? It's the most common sound in English, American English. We like to shorten all of our vowels. And it is possible to shorten all non-stressed vowels to this sound, which is an uh uh. So I always remembered it as sofa. So most people, a lot of people, sofa is that uh. So that's how remember, like and sofa. Okay. Um. So we use the schwa in unstressed syllables and unstressed words, like I said. So this is one reason why English has a rhythm. Okay. We also want to know that important content words are stressed. Content words are nouns, verbs, adjectives, and stressed means they're said louder and longer than other words. Also, many other smaller grammar words become shorter and weaker, and a lot of them are unstressed, and you can use the schwa on some of them. Okay, so let's talk about the stress in American English. Content words usually carrying the main meaning of a sentence, okay? They are often stressed and spoken more clearly. So like nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Smaller words are often unstressed and reduced. So, for example, I want to buy a dress. So I'm saying it and showing you the stress. If I were, let me say it more naturally. I want to buy a dress. Do you hear that rhythm still? Even though I'm not going, I want to buy a dress. It's if you actually train yourself to start using this rhythm, you'll be better understood. Now you'll notice want, verb, buy, verb, dress, noun. These are the words that show the meaning in this sentence. I want to buy a dress. Da 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 da. Okay, so this is the rhythm of English. Now this is called the IPA. That means the International Phonetic Alphabet. You do not need to memorize this, but this is the transcription of it. When you look it up in the dictionary, it will um, show you this transcription. And all this means is that this symbol represents this sound and it doesn't change. Because this is important because this schwa sound, this is the symbol for schwa. So if you do look it up, you'll be able to see that it's the sound. We also do a lot of ta, right? Duh, that type of thing. All right. So the schwa helps English sound natural and connected and helps with the rhythm. So we're going to do some practice sentences with stressed content words and the schwa. Okay. So please, the IPA below each sentence represents a natural, general American pronunciation. Of course, some Americans speak a little bit differently. So I'm from California. A lot of people say that I really make my words short versus like a New Yorker who can make their words and vowels longer. I don't know. Anyway, listen for strong content words and weak and reduced grammar words. So, for example, what should you listen for? You want to ask yourself which words sound stronger. You want to ask yourself which words sound shorter or weaker. And where do you hear that schwa? Uh. And then you want to practice the rhythm after you're done. Okay, so let's go to the other one. So let me get to the other page, share you. All right, back to the student book. Okay, so here we go. Here are your practice sentences. They're on your handout. So we can, let me read it naturally and then I'll read it more exaggerated. She wants to, let me try it. She wants to buy a yellow dress. Okay. So here if I exaggerated it, she wants to buy a yellow dress. Now I am reading it. So you noticed I did say to buy a yellow dress. I'm reading it. I'm being your teacher. I'm saying it slowly. Um, and let's just go ahead and first look at the stress. So the bold words are stressed. She wants to buy a yellow dress. So when I say it that way, you actually start to hear the rhythm of English. The more you make an effort to sound that you have a rhythm and the proper rhythm, the easier other English speakers will understand you. Okay, so here we go. That's the first one. First, the stress. So I would like you to practice this. First exaggerate. She wants to buy a yellow dress. She wants to buy a yellow dress. And then more natural. She wants to buy a yellow dress. Now, the second part is looking for that schwa. You see that? So some students say, "Hey, teacher, is it a or a?" And I say both. And they go, "Teacher." But the thing is that we can reduce any non-stressed vowel to the sound. So if I were speaking to you and not reading it, I may say she wants to buy a yellow dress. You hear that? So the important thing is that you understand the schwa sound. It doesn't matter if you say it perfectly, because you're used to saying the whole word, right? But you do have to understand that Americans say it this way, and it may help you understand them better. And a lot of the time people say it's like she wants to. What the heck wants to, right? Because we put our words together, we don't take spaces, we don't take a pause between breaths. So sometimes it sounds like a long sentence. She wants to buy a, she wants to buy what's a buy a, right? So, and I'm naturally an American might sound like she wants to buy a yellow dress, right? So you just have to be careful that that's what the schwa sound is. Yes, of course, you can practice it yourself, but it's completely fine to say she wants to buy a yellow dress. Perfectly acceptable, but you want to be aware of the schwa. Okay, so for number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, for the next of them, you're going to do the same thing. We're going to look for the content words. You're going to practice the content words, and then you're going to look for that schwa. Okay, so first I'm going to read it. He is looking for some socks. Okay. You see that these are the words that are stressed: looking, sports, and socks. He is looking for some sports 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 socks. So that, more naturally, he is looking for some sports socks. I recommend you practice the exaggerated and then practice the more natural. But let's take a look. The phonetic alphabet helps us find that schwa, right? So here we say fur, and we say it's hard for we don't we say some. Okay, so be aware. All right, the next one, natural. She wants to buy a gift for her mother. Exaggerated. She wants to buy a gift for her mother. She wants to buy a gift for her mother. See that? Sounds like a song, right? Okay. More natural one more time. She wants to buy a gift for her mother. Now let's take a look where the schwa sound is. You see it's in ta or two goes to ta, and a goes to and four goes to fur, and her, and that's fine. That's just the schwa sound. Actually, this is the her, ER sound, mother. So if we say it with the schwa, we would say, she wants to buy a gift for her mother. All right, next. Exaggerated. Miss Parker would like a large coffee. Miss Parker would like a large coffee. One more time. Miss Parker would like a large coffee. More natural. Miss Parker would like a large coffee. Again, you see that the content words are the words that are stressed. This is a proper name, a noun, proper noun, verb, adjective, and noun. Okay. So those are the words that are important because they give, oh, sorry, they give meaning to the sentence. Now, if we cheat, can we see any? Okay, we just see two schwas there. The spark of wood, like right? It's large coffee. Good. All right, number six. Oh, I'm sorry, number five. There's actually six of them. Sorry, I thought there were five. We are sold out of size 11. We are sold out of size 11. Okay, I'm being a little goofy there, but the idea is that I don't speak like that. But I'm exaggerating where the stress is. We are sold out of size 11. Or natural, we are sold out of size 11. Okay. Let's just take a look. Do you hear the schwa of, yeah, right there. And it's not we are sold out of size 11. Okay. All right. 11 at the end. Okay. All right. So practicing, we are sold out of size 11. Then you might even want to say a lot of the time go outa, right? Instead of out of. That's why. All right. Please don't say outa. Please say out of. All right. Next one. Last one. I want to buy a flat. It's hard to say. I want to buy a flat screen TV. Okay. I want to buy a flat screen TV. I want to buy a flat screen TV. Turns into, with the schwa, we see a schwa here, we see a schwa here. I want to buy a flat screen TV. Okay, so that is it for now, because this video will be too long. So I'm going to cut this video off now and we'll do something else a little bit later. So practice, practice, and practice some more.